right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rechak Warash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the bishops of Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect of the nation of Yasharallah, shalom. And the title of this lesson is going to be Egypt, the heart of Egypt shall fail. All right. And that's what we're seeing. Okay. We're seeing, Bible prophecy playing itself out in real time. Okay. And people's hearts are failing them. Okay. Your heart, according to the scriptures, goes into your mind. All right. People are losing their minds. This is why you see, people bugging out. All right. People so-called, crashing out, people acting crazy, people driving like maniacs, on the highways. These are all forms of people's hearts failing them. All right. And then we'll get a little bit of this video, but let's read the title. People are losing their minds over the cost of living in 2025. All right. And this is nothing, man. Okay. You Americans, you Babylonians, you've been pampered. All right. You've been babied. You've been fed this lie, according to Esau Edom, to think, that the American dream is real. All right. Meanwhile, you got people, in different parts of the world who are used to going. They're used to going. They're used to skipping meals. They're used to living. They're used to living with nothing, man. Okay, but you Americans, you ain't used to this. You ain't used to the squeeze that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is bringing and is causing you Americans, okay, to it's causing your hearts to fail. It's causing you to lose your minds. Okay, and that's that's in the scriptures, man. All right, let's play this.
What up, family? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up, back at it again with another video. So listen, family, it's looking like 60% of Americans can't afford the cost of being American. They can't afford basic needs. That's what data's showing, right? It's getting tougher and tougher. This is America. Y'all already know what we living through. We all living through it. We seeing price hikes, tariffs. 1 minute they own, the next minute they pause temporarily. 1 minute the recession starting this summer, the next minute it's starting right now. Family, you already know what to do, and if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe, and ring the post notification bell as well.
I have decided to do a no-buy 2025.
These consumers are all taking part in the no-buy movement. Lots of folks are joining them in cutting back due to a turbulent stock market, tariff wars, and fears of a recession.
This is my list of things I will no longer be buying. Number 1, lunch at work. Buying lunch at work is for billionaires.
This beauty influencer is digging up makeup she forgot she had.
I bought it, and I think I only used it a few times, and I just forgot that it even existed.
This woman's committed to wearing her one and only dress to all weddings and fancy occasions for the next year at least. This gal is also sticking with clothes she's already purchased.
My rules are 1, no new clothes whatsoever.
And this woman has decided she won't be buying croutons for the foreseeable future.
I won't be buying any croutons. They're really easy to make yourself.
We spoke to Syra Bhatti, who says she's on the no-buy challenge, wearing clothes and shoes she's had for years.
All right, and that's the problem. Okay, with you Babylonians, you Americans, you so used to consuming, you're so used to having everything at your feet, at your beck and call. All right, now you're having to scale back and cut back on things, and you're losing it. Okay, that proves, all right, the scriptures to be true, and that proves that you Americans, all right, you Babylonians, man, you're weak. Okay, you can't go without. All right, you can't. You don't have any faith, man. All right, ultimately, that's what it boils down to. Let's grab this. All right, Ecclesiastes 12:3, and it reads, "In a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble." All right, these economic advisors, your people who follow the stock market, stock exchange, crypto, and all that nonsense. They're trembling. All right, even though you're having your so-called record highs, it's all a smokescreen. All right, and the investors who know better, they understand. All right, this is why you got investors drawing back. Okay, pulling their money out. Warren Buffett, dropping shares and getting out of the market because he knows what's coming. The strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few. All right, the grinders goes into your jobs. Okay, they're ceasing. There ain't no jobs out here, man. If you have a job in 2025, you better you better make do with it. All right, because there ain't no you can't just quit a job and go get another one. Okay, those days are over, man. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, meaning what? People don't see a future here. All right, this is why you got everybody taking to the TikTok, the YouTube. They're ranting about America. All right, how the American dream is false. How you can't make it here. There's no future here. All right, that's all biblical prophecy, man. Okay, people are losing their minds over the cost of living in 2025. All right, and this is just one avenue. The cost of living is one avenue. You got the grocery bills, skyrocketing. Okay, fuel. All right, home insurance, property taxes. Which all goes in the cost of living. But this is all. They all go hand in hand with each other, so to speak. All right, let's go to Isaiah 13:6, and it reads, "How ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand." All right, this is why these things are taking place, because the Lord he's visiting the earth which He made. All right, the day of the Lord, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right, so the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. All right, and we're seeing a form of that darkness. We're seeing, the Lord bring His plagues upon this planet Earth, destroying America, from the inside out. Isaiah 13:7, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt." All right, your heart goes into your mind. All right, every person that you see on these videos, every person that you come across here in America, Babylon the Great, you're witnessing. You're witnessing their minds begin to melt. Meaning what? People are losing it. Okay, people are bugging out, people crashing out. Okay, you got videos of people, who can't return their vehicles, to certain dealerships, all right, and get out of their payments. They're crashing out, literally, ramming and crashing their cars into the dealership, man. All right, these, this is what the scripture's going into, man. People's minds are failing them. All right, people are crashing out. And this is why those of us in truth, man, we gotta be on guard. Be very circumspect when you're dealing with these Babylonians, when you're dealing with these Americans, man. All right, be very, very, very circumspect, especially in these last days.
They're pretty worn in, but they're still functional. They're still good. Given the downturn that we've been experiencing, saving money has been a huge part of it.
Shopping expert Trey Bodge. People are really not shopping as much.
Yeah, so this is a trend that we're seeing popping up for this year. Many studies are showing that Americans are more cash poor right now. Debt is on the rise. Potentially, we have a recession around the corner. Tariffs are looming.
The no-buy challenge is also impacting the housing market. Real estate agents are reporting that many prospective buyers are hitting the brakes amid this period of economic uncertainty. 24% of Americans have scrapped plans to make a major purchase, such as a home or car.
This is not the time to be spending money on the unnecessary things. Just spending. This is the time to be saving, investing. You really don't want to save too much. You just want to have enough to survive for the next year. It used to be 6 months, now it's a year, in case of you losing your job. But other than that, you want to be making essential purchases like food, like prepping, building you up a pantry of food that'll keep you alive during something like an EMP, something like a cyber attack, a power outage, a doomsday event. Remember when they installed the emergency systems on our phones? Remember when Facebook and WhatsApp and Telegram, including Verizon, was...
Why does the ATM you need always have the highest fee?
Verizon was having phone call problems. Verizon was tripping. All of these different cell phone companies, right? They tested all of these things since 2020, and we've been seeing them, right? We can't forget about them. As well as they saying shelves gonna be empty in the next couple months.
60% of Americans don't earn enough to afford basic costs of living. This is America. And stop calling it the bottom 60%. 60% is over 50%, which means it's the overwhelming majority of people in the United States that cannot afford a minimum quality of life. Now, a lot of people like to talk about the official unemployment rate being 4.2%, and they're like, oh, it's so low. But what they never talk about is the U.S. jobless rate is 24%. These are people who are considered functionally unemployed. That includes people who don't have jobs, people who have jobs but have poverty wages, which means they don't get paid enough to even be out of poverty, and people who are unable to find full-time employment because they're stuck in part-time jobs. And now those 60% of people who already can't make it to the minimum quality of life are about to start paying more money for fucking everything because of Trump's tariffs. Literally.
All right, through, man. Okay, through. This is why the hearts of Egypt is gonna fail. Isaiah 19:1, and it reads, "The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud." Okay, the chariots. All right, the Heavenly Father is gonna send His Son Yahushai on that fathership, and shall come into Egypt. Okay, so America, man, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay, the minds of the people are going to melt. Okay, they're already melting. Right, people are already losing their minds. People are already, the love of many is waxing cold. All right, people going psycho, man. Okay, the Elder Hawaii, the way he does those in the news. You know, he does those in the news sessions and showing that people have demons on them. People are losing it. People are bugging out. You know, this is all Bible prophecy, man. Okay? Everything goes back to the scriptures, man. You so-called Christians, you know, you ain't got no clue what's going on. All right? You have no idea what is taking place, okay, when it comes to the scriptures. All right, it's best you sit back and listen to the prophets, man. All right. This is Luke 21 and 26, and we'll grab it in the Berean Standard Bible, and it reads, "Men will faint from fear." Okay, if men are gonna be fainting from fear, how much more you women, man? All right, all you women, you know, you got the you know, you and that Wonder Woman spirit, you know, Cat Woman, hey, whatever you want to call it, man. All right, that's getting ready to go out the window, man. And anxiety over what is coming upon the earth. Okay, that's what you see amongst these people. All right, the YouTube, TikTok people are voicing their anxiety. Okay, you're seeing the anxiety upon people here in America. All right, people don't know. People don't know where. People don't know if they going to their left or to their right. All right, because they don't have this. They don't have the truth. They don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. What is coming upon the earth for the powers of heavens, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. All right, it's getting ready to go down. Okay, and this is why people are. You're gonna see more and more people crashing out. All right, you already seen it. If you got to commute to work on a daily basis, you already see what I'm talking about, man. You see the way these people behave and drive on these roads, okay, on these freeways, man. People are ready to take themselves out and take other people out with them. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 15:18, and it reads, "For because of their pride, all right, people are still proud, especially women. All right, the end up, beginning with the end up, man. Eve's pride is at an all-time high. All right, you would think, with everything that's taking place on this earth, that these women will humble down, right? But that ain't the case. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, right? This is why you see all the chaos, the madness, and folly in these cities, man. Because of the pride, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, and men, you already seeing men afraid. Okay, you already seeing it, man. This is why you got, men talking about they don't know how much more they can take. You got men talking about they want to end it. Meaning they want to delete themselves because they're afraid, man. You women, you ain't got no chance, all right? You women, man, you thinking you hard, you women, but you women about to see, man. All right, that's all I got to say on that. Okay, we went it off here. All right, Isaiah 33:6, and it reads, "In wisdom and knowledge." Okay, what's the wisdom and knowledge, man? The scriptures, the truth, the ways of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's the wisdom and the knowledge. Shall be the stability of thy times. All right, meaning what? This wisdom that we have from on high, from the Heavenly Father, man, is going to keep us stable. It's already doing it. Okay, and people can see that, and it's going to be more and more evident as things continue to spiral out of control. People are gonna see that stability upon us. Okay, why ain't this? Why he ain't bugging out? Why is he calm? Why is he stable when all hell's breaking loose? And the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure, man. We fear Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, this is why the Lord is gonna give us that stable mind in these times to come during Jacob's trouble, man. All right. But with that, we'll close it out. Lord willing, it was edifying. Till next time, Shalom.